Three, two, one. What's going on, everybody? So I wanted to take the opportunity to introduce Brett. Brett has been a client of mine for, what are we at, Brett? 3 months?
3 months. Yeah.
3 months and a pretty crazy journey. California man myself, not too far away. You're down the 101 in Ventura, right?
hmm Yep.
Nice. So, what I want to talk about, Brett, is really just kind of, your experience coming into the FitPro CEO environment. I think you've been part of maybe one, if not two, other mentorships before. And really, before we dive into that, I'd really just like to know about like a little bit about you and more so who you help.
Yeah. Brett Kahanowicz, um, program's called Forge with Purpose, helping Christian men just find their purpose in their spiritual leadership, reclaiming their role within their household, as well as just finding the purpose that God's called them to be and to do, and what that actually means for their life, for their family, and anything else that they're pursuing with career and so forth and so on. But as far as my journey within the Fit Pro CEO, it's been pretty crazy in the sense that coming in, having been in two other programs previous of really it was just kind of being stapled at 5K. That was kind of where I was locked in. I couldn't do more. Was more stuck than anything of not knowing where to go, where to pursue, how to do these things, to then getting overwhelming accountability in from Will and the team and everything like that. It was like, all right, so this is what actual coaching is. This is what it's supposed to look like. And it was like, okay, it was more than just, yeah, here's all these modules, but don't even worry about those yet. Let's just focus on what your business actually needs. And then we can start slowly integrating these things of, okay, what are you even selling appropriately? Do you even have the right offer? Do you even have the right program? Are you targeting the right people? And first dialing in those was like, well, I thought I was
Yeah.
getting all these things and doing it right, but truly having just our first conversation was like, Brett, what are you? Like, who are you? You are your demographic. Like, that's the conversation that you need to be having out there on Instagram is sharing your story, being authentic and having that authentic attraction just to get organic going, and then being able to pursue these other elements of ads, retargeting. So it's been a pretty crazy journey going from just 5K now averaging 18,000 a month
Yeah.
the last month and a half, and then it was even just the first 3 weeks was 10,000. It was like what? It was it's like I
Pretty
doubled
crazy,
my
right?
yeah I doubled my earnings in the first 3 weeks of this program to be like, oh, okay, there is something here, and it's more than just um, hey, buy my program. It's like, no, it's like this is who I am. I'm a Christian dad who struggled with his own spiritual leadership in his own household. And this is how I overcame it through faith and fitness and then understanding my actual spiritual archetype and leadership. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome. That's huge. Yeah, Brett, I think for you, one of the things that I think is the reason why you do so well and everybody misses this is that, everybody tries to fight on the fitness aspect that, I'm going to give you these tools and resources and tips to help you lose 10 to 20 pounds. And, you end up sounding like everybody else. So I guess for you, what did you feel like was missing or when did that light bulb, I guess, go off for you that what you're doing is so much more than the weight loss?
It was when we first launched the ad. It was our first ad that we launched and we worked together on and trying to develop the script. And it was more than just lose 10 to 20 pounds. It was understanding your identity and the identity that we are in Christ, the identity we have in our household and our family. And that's when everything changed. And like it was that light bulb moment of who am I? And then who does Christ say I am? And that's what really relayed the information into the program. And now it's kind of more rather than, yes, fitness is a big kind of uh, integral part of the program, but it's more than that because anybody can get you in shape. Truly, if you just stuck to any program, you can get in shape. And Google is a wonderful resource. And I tell people, if that's what you're looking for, then you don't, I really, I can't train you, because that's what you can go find free resources all over the world. But really, it's understanding who you are and then using the fitness aspect as that confidence booster, and then changing the framework of mind. That was it. It was changing the framework of mind. What is our identity, and who do we want to be at the end of the day? It's not so much of, yeah, I want to feel good, I want to look good, but really it's what's the impact you're having.
No, that's huge. And I think, I've been in this industry for so long, I still think people just miss it. It is a light bulb moment, because when you actually have that reality of what I'm doing is so much more than fitness, everything changes. And I think one of the questions that, Brett, you even get from clients in the community is like, Brett, how are you, making, $10,000 a week from your ads? And everybody's looking for a tip or a trick or strategy. And that's even the clients in the community. And the reality is that, you are who you are. And that is the true definition of authentic attraction, is that no matter what happens with marketing and sales and all that other stuff, that is something that nobody can take away from you, is that you are who you are. And I truly believe that people buy from people that they feel connected to and or trust. And obviously you've done a tremendous job as far as being that person and being a leader for these other men to step into your world and allow, them allowing you to coach them to give them what they need. So Brett, I mean, talk about kind of your experience, I guess. What was the deciding factor for you, of even coming into this community in the first place? Because let's be real, I get it, guys. Everybody gets hit with probably 10, 20, 15, other coaches every single day. You probably see 50 ads. There's a I get it. It is what it is. But something for you, Brett, had to be okay, this sounds exactly what I need. I've already done this, mentorships, which alone I give you a lot of kudos for. Of a lot of people invest in 1, 2 coaches and they're just like, it's not for me. So first and foremost, what gave you the conviction that I can still do this? And then what was okay, Will is the guy for me?
Well, I'm confident in my own abilities of being able to be a coach. So that was never unwavered. It was trying to understand how to do it online, because I did it 17 years in person, and
Yeah.
it was like trying to find the fit of like, how am I actually relaying my message across? There's 8 billion people in the world, and I don't know how many people are on Instagram. It's like, how do I kind of defeat the noise? How do I get through the noise? And I remember it was a divine appointment, because I remember you followed me. It was like, I don't even know if it was either you or one of your wonderful, wonderful team members that just gave me the little follow. And I saw, like, I'm like, Will Nelson, I've seen your stuff around, and it's like, okay, let me go to his page, let me understand him. And then all I said was, I messaged you, I was like, hey, thanks for the follow. I literally just said that because just wanted to learn more. And then you responded back, and you were like, so we had just engagement. It was a conversation. And then you told me to lean into who I am. And that was like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
And then it was, okay, this guy has more than just wanting business. He's truly wanting to help. And so that what piqued my curiosity was, hey, do you want this free resource? It's like, no, it's like, hey, just lean into who you are, man. You lean into your
Yeah.
faith and showcase that more. That was the conversation we had. And then you're like, well, are you currently working with someone? I was like, yeah, I'm in a program, but it's not working, and having that conversation. And then it was like, hey, if you want, you can just book a call with me. And I was like, if I want, well, don't tell me what I want. And then it was like, kind of,
Well, tell me what to do.
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
I was like, Austin said the same. Austin's like, and then I got on a call with Will. Yeah.
Yeah. But then it was truly genuine. It was just a
Yeah.
genuine response. That's truly what made me want to book the call. And then kind of going back and forth over the course of the time, but like a week later, I was on the call with Michael, and I could listen to him speak to me like to bed every single night. Like, Pop is the guy. Like, he is the man, in the
He's
sense of
got a
just
smooth, yeah, right.
he's
He's like,
smooth,
what's
but
what's his name? Who's Morgan Freeman? right? He is
Yeah,
like the
dude, I
Morgan
could.
Freeman of sales. I'm gonna tell him that he is the
Yep.
Morgan Freeman of sales.
Like I could listen to him just he needs to just be on radio all day long. And but it was the way he cared about you. It wasn't so much that he cared like he talked about who you were in the sense of why he's on the call with me. He's like, I worked with other people in the past. I did all these things, but I'm here now because I truly believe in Will and what he's done. And he's like, I wouldn't we wouldn't be on this call if Will didn't have that same faith in you. And that's really where it's like, okay, Will cares.
Yeah,
Michael's on this call with me because he cares about Will. And it's like that was the missing piece was like just yeah, at the end of the day, we all want to make money. That's we want to make money, but it's kind of that shouldn't be the end all be all. It's truly we're making an impact on people's lives, and that's what I got across in the messages that were relayed in our DMs, in the messages that Pop gave, and then every single message that we have in our 4 times a week calls are go make go change people's lives, have
yeah,
that understanding that we get to change people's lives. And if you're only concerned about the money, then this is not the space for
yeah, 100%. I love that. And it's just a true testament. I appreciate you saying those things because I get it, guys. There's a lot of different mentorships, there's a lot of different coaching programs out there, and some are great and some aren't. And if I'm trying to convince anybody why they should do something, then I'm never going to win. That's just not my style. My goal is that I want you to help create something that's for you. Obviously, that gives you financial freedom, but more importantly, allows you to create impact. One of the things that it's come we use our slogan now, right, Brett? It's you're not special, which is
you.
funny, but it's true that, if you really believe in what you do and why you're doing it, then there is no reason why you can't be successful more than anybody else. I think a lot of people just lose the belief in themselves because of past situations, but if you really give it your all and really allow yourself to step into your true identity, you're in a market of none because you are your own person and can do whatever you want. You can charge whatever you want and really create something that, creates change. I truly believe that people that are doing 20, 30, 50, $100,000 a month in the community are doing so not because we're talking about fitness. It's because they are literally so focused on the vision that they're trying to create and who they are that it's effortless. And I really believe that. So I guess for you, Brett, where are you envisioning this business over the next, 3, 6 months to a year? Like what are some big goals for you?
So first goal this month, finalize to get to 20K. That was the first goal that we set out.
And just so anybody knows, that's Brett, is that cash collector? Is that contracted?
That is cash collected, paid in full this month alone, and we still got 5 days left in the month with
Because everybody's
minimum
like, what
five
is
book
this?
calls.
Everybody's like, is that contract? Like, I'm like, no, it's yeah. Anyways, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. So 20K. That was so the first goal. Month one was basically collect the investment, and then we got that within the first week. that was, but
Yeah.
yeah, that was always my thought process was going in. Okay, what do I need to do just to collect my investment back? And
Yeah.
could I get it done in the time frame that we talked? It was like, boom, yes, cool. Now let's double it. Let's double that. So it was okay, investment, then it was 10K, 20K. So the vision before the end of the year is a 30K per month for December.
Yeah.
And then within 6 months, averaging 35 to 50K for the next 3 to 6 months in the new year.
Awesome. And more importantly, what's your goal as far as let's make a goal for 2025? How many men do you want to help?
Oh, that's over 150 men. One easy.
Because I think
Yeah.
that's a bigger thing. Like the money's great, but I think it's about the men that you help. And even if I
Mm-hmm.
was you, man, I'd make a board or something, or a tally, just so you can have a visual component of seeing all the people that you helped. One thing that I used to
Yeah.
do is I used to have a bulletin board of all the clients that and any type of like really emotional story of like I bought my wife a car, I took this trip, I did that. I would print it on the wall because guys, you're gonna have up and down days. It's just business. that anytime I felt like I was falling out of alignment with my vision, I would just remember why I'm doing what I'm doing, and that instantly brings me back to my purpose. So
Yeah.
little caveat or tidbit for anybody there. So
Yeah.
last thing, Brett, I mean, what advice would you give anybody? It's $1 million question. What would be the advice to anybody that is watching this video?
Quit sitting on your hands.
No.
Like, to make a change, you have to be willing to change. You got to be understanding that money loves speed,
I
and
know
you got
that's
to
our
be
thing.
will.
That's our thing. Money loves speed.
But it's so true. Is first, it's understand your identity. Who is it that you're truly who you are, and then from there, it's like, okay, know that fitness is just maybe 5% of what you're actually offering, and how are you actually going to make a change in somebody's life. So those two things go hand in hand. Is okay. Once you figure that out, you got to be quick to act upon it. And the
Yeah.
best part is we do that in this program. We do this here at the Fit Pro CEO, and it's not just a okay, here's your offer, go sell it. No, it's like constantly evolving every single week, every single day, and understanding like things are not gonna stay the same day in and day out. Meta changes day in and day out. All of these things are working against us to be the best versions of our own selves in business. So why not have, and the best part is you're asking these people
I know,
to
right?
trust you as a coach. Who's coaching you?
Yeah. It is such a, it's tough, but it's the law of the mirror. Anytime, here's what I would tell anybody. Anytime I feel that there is challenges in my business, I always look inward. Always look inward. How am I showing up? What am I doing? How's my energy? How's my mindset? Because no marketing strategy, no ads, no anything is going to fix like your belief system and just your mentality. Because I see so many coaches that have great quote unquote strategies, but the mindset is just so broken. No matter what I do, I can't help them. And I think that's really what it comes down to, guys, is you have to just really believe enough in yourself. And for those of you guys that don't know, my story and stuff like that, like I've had my tribulations and trials and things like that and came back, stronger. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, is to help people like Brett to be able to create this impact. So now that because I showed up for him, he can help 200, 300 people. So you guys have to understand that the ripple effect is so much bigger than you. So I help Brett, Brett helps 200 people indirect. I help 200 people, so that's kind of the mentality that you guys got to think about is when I show up for X person, how is that affecting their family and their future and their kids and all this other stuff? And nobody understands that, but it's so massive. So, Brett, any last minute thing that you want to say before we end this interview?
Well, just thank you. That's really at the end of the day. It is just it is a thanks because it it's truly life changing. Like we talked about earlier, was using this program in that I'm offering to help more than just the men. It's helping my family
Yeah.
sustain success and having now the option and opportunity to grow my own wife's business in that regard. So it's not so much like, yeah, we're going out and changing people's lives and things, but it also changes your own life.
Yeah.
Being willing to invest in yourself and willing to want to grow, want to change, because we're asking people to change their lives every single day in the sense of what they're eating, with how they're training, they're doing all these things. And if you're not willing to do the changing yourself, then really what are you doing? So that's kind of where it's a big thanks and just so grateful. And I think it was willing to take the leap of faith of saying, okay, I've done two. Maybe the third one is the charm, or it's just going to be another
Yeah. Another.
falling
Yeah.
flat on my face.
Yeah.
But the willingness to want to pursue this. And if you really want to make an impact in this environment, you have to be willing to do the grunt work. It's not just going to happen. And if you're expecting to spend $20 to make 6,000,
Yeah.
yeah,
I get
you're
right.
delusional.
Yeah.
So,
Everybody wants the secret ad strategy. So,
yeah, yeah.
all right. Well, thank you, Brett. I appreciate it. And like I said, guys, this interview is posted. And if you guys are interested in joining the Fit Pro CO, there's going to be a link below where you can schedule a call with the man, the myth, the legend, the smoothest guy you'll ever talk to in your life, Michael. And that's it. And that's all I got.